think I am live. Let me reconnect everything and then we will get started talking about how to deal with haters and trolls. I'm trying to make sure it's actually showing on the webinar page, and it is not currently showing on the webinar page. Okay. All right. Yay, I see myself. Okay. Sweet. There I am. All right. Let's be live. Let's be talking. Let's be talking. Hi. I am Gwen Montgomery. Soon to be Gwen Michelle. Hi, Kimberly. You can see me. Yay. I have my chat box off. I have my camera here. I have the fan going because it's like suddenly become spring in Michigan. Actually, I think we skipped spring and went right to summer in April. It's like, what the fuck? All right. So I've had hater incidents lately. And I know quite a few people that have had hater incidents lately. And so I decided it's time to do a little bit of a webinar where I could talk and explain what I've learned from having haters and what I've learned about having haters and what I've learned about how to deal with them. And I've learned this because I've had them. So first I want to talk about what are haters, what are trolls, what are creepers. What do I mean when I'm talking about these things? Creepers are the easiest one to define. And if you are a woman, hi Nicole, if you are a woman, you know what a creeper is. If you are a man and you don't know what a creeper is, I hope that you are not a creeper. Creeper is a dude that just randomly sends you messages like, hey, beautiful. Hi, you're just so gorgeous. I'd really love to get to know you. And then if you respond to them, within a few messages, blam, you get a dick picture. Like, you don't even know this dude. You don't even have friends in common with this dude. He just shows up in your inbox one day with, here's my penis. That's creeper. Easiest ones to deal with. They're creepy. They give you creepy vibes. They give me creepy vibes. I'll be talking to a guy. He'll pop into my messenger and say hi. And I've at times said, you know what? You give me a creepy vibe. So I think I'm going to block you. Bye-bye. As women, we're especially taught to be nice. To always be nice. I hate nice. Nice is a socially acceptable way to make us submit. Fuck that shit. If somebody gives me a creepy vibe, bye-bye. I'm sorry. I have no space for creepy vibes. I have no room for creepy vibes. I do not want that shit. Bye-bye. So they get blocked. They get gone. If creepers send me unsolicited penis pictures, I tend to take screenshots and find out if they have a wife or a girlfriend and send them the screenshots. And here's why. Because my ex-husband used to cheat on me a lot. And he used to talk to women online a lot. And I really wish that actually a couple of them did get smart and contact me, but for the most part, they didn't. For the most part, they did not go beyond, oh yeah, this guy looks good and he talks a good game. Because that's all it was. He looked good and he talked a good game. So, how do you know it's a creeper? If you don't have that really good creeper tingly sense that I have, that I've developed over years of dealing with creepers. Ways to protect yourself from creepers. Lock down your privacy settings on Facebook. Okay? I'm going to talk about this with haters and trolls too. When I say lock down your privacy settings, you can have all of your posts public and still have other information private. Facebook has some really deep privacy controls, so you get to decide exactly what and who sees what. Person is some person, man or woman, because I promise you, just because it looks like a woman that's messaging you does not mean there is. There are creeper dudes who use female pictures for whatever reasons. They might be scammers, they might be creepers, they might be whatever. So if you don't have any friends in common, search. Do you have any activities in common? Do you have any interests in common? Especially if you're doing business, this can be kind of weird and awkward because you kind of want to answer every message. You never know. They might become a client. You never know. They might be contacting you. Granted, I work with a lot of women. Women dominate my group on Facebook. Why the fuck not today? For those of you watching, well, actually, everybody that's watching this is in that group because I only publish this in that group. But even though I work primarily with women, I do still work with some men. I do still have some male clients. We do have some men in my group. So if a guy contacts me, I don't want to automatically assume that he's a creeper. If he says hi or hello or hello back to him. Now, if the first thing out of his mouth is, hey, beautiful, if that's the very first message he sends me, hey, beautiful, sorry, dude, I don't want to work with your patronizing ass anyway. I don't care if you were coming to me as a client. I don't care how much fucking money you have. If you're going to say to me, hey, darling, or hey, beautiful, or hey, any shit like that, and you're not going to come to me as an equal, then you're out the door. Because my experience tells me that the guy who says, hey, beautiful, is only seeing you as an object. He's not seeing you as a potential client. He's only seeing you as an object. You don't say, hey, gorgeous. You don't say, hey, sexy to some guy that you're wanting to do business with. That's only something that misogynistic men say to women. Maybe there's some nice guys out there that will go to some women that they have never met before and say, hey, beautiful. It just is really creepy to me. Okay, so creepers are really, really easy to deal with. Block, delete. If they send you a dick picture, you can delete it, or you. Personally, I send it to the wife because as having been cheated on and on that stuff, it's really, while it's to get those messages, because believe me, I got them. It's painful to get those messages, but you need to get those messages. And so if dude is going to be creeping in your inbox and sending you penis pictures that you didn't ask for, he's pretty much asked you to shred his life. He has shown you his most intimate body part. Okay, well, fine. Now your wife needs to know about that. That's my tactic. That's how I handle it. You decide how you want to handle this. All right? So creepers, easiest ones to deal with. Boom. Gone. Delete. Gone. Creepers, they might creep on your Facebook profile. I have, every once in a while, I'll have a guy that will get on my Facebook profile and I'll be working on Facebook or something in the group or something. And it'll be, dude, bro, liked your picture. 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 And he's like 15 pictures. Like, dude, seriously. Creepy as fuck. I will preemptively strike and I will go to his profile and I will block him because that's just creepy. Like, I don't need anybody that's going to be creeping on every single one of my pictures over and over and over again. Ugh. No, creepers, easy to deal with. Okay, let's talk about trolls. And I'm saving haters for last because haters are the most intense. Hi, Tiffany. Let me grab something to drink real quick. I never used to have allergies until probably, I think last year I started having it. This year, allergies are fucking killing me. So I've got dry throat. My eyes yesterday were all puffy and red and watery. All right. So let's talk about trolls, general, non-specific hatred and need to stir shit up. That's what trolls like to do. They love to stir shit up. They are just random ass people who will come along. They don't have anything personally against you. I promise you this. Trolls don't have anything personally against you. Haters might. We'll get to that in a minute. Actually, haters do have something personally against you, but we'll figure that out in a second. Okay? So, trolls are dude bros who like to comment on women's pictures. You're going to get these, especially the more visible you get. If you're doing business, and I know you're doing business because you're in my group, and if you're in my group, we're all about business. Granted, we're about life too, and I'm kind of fucking crazy. But we're all trying to make money. We're all trying to do business. And if you're doing business, especially online, you have to be visible. And if you're visible in any sort of way, you're opening yourself up to trolls. That random person who sees your thing for whatever reason, you tweak them off, and they comment. These are the ones that tell you get a nose job. These are the ones that tell you go fix your teeth. These are the ones that tell you, hey bitch, lose some weight, or hey bitch, gain some weight, or these are the ones that tell you that your voice is horrible. These are the ones that tell you that you're full of shit. They don't know you. They probably don't even follow you. They just happen to come across you, and for whatever reason, they don't like you. They like to stir shit. They like to cause problems. Okay, so how do we deal with them? Really simple, same way you deal with creepers, delete and block. Delete and block, delete and block, delete and block. They're trolls. They are not worth your time. Trolls, for the most part, feed on the drama. That's what they are looking for, is the drama. They love to stir shit up. So if you react and respond to them, they're just going to jump right back in and keep escalating. Delete and block, delete and block, delete and block. If they comment on your YouTube videos, delete that shit. Don't even engage. Don't even try to educate them because they don't want to be educated. People who want to be educated can find the way to be educated. Trolls don't want to be educated. Trolls just want to make you feel like shit. Probably because they feel like shit. This is basic psychology of haters and trolls. They feel like shit. They hate themselves. They hate their lives. They feel inadequate. If they're hating on your weight, it's probably because they've been struggling. Someone who has had it pounded into them to work out, and they wish they could just be lazy. If whatever they're hating on you for, it's a reflection of something deep inside themselves, that's the issue. It's not about you. I promise. It's not about you. Okay, so trolls, for the most part, when you starve the trolls will fade away. You can also take a tactic. My tactic, and I love to do this, is to put the trolls on blast before I delete and block them. Like, motherfucker, say your shit. You're going on blast, and then I'm deleting and blocking you so that you can't comment on my shit anymore. They don't want to be put on blast. All they want to do is take you down. And if they can't take you down, they're going to move on to someone that they can. They're going to move on to someone that they can scare. Haters are the ones that you're going to have the hardest time with. And so this is why I'm spending the most time on haters. Because trolls and creepers are really pretty easy to deal with. Delete and block. Decide if you want to humiliate them, but know that humiliating them can cause some long drawn out drama. And if you don't want to spend the energy on that, that's fine. Delete and block, let them go. Trolls and creepers, delete and block, let them go. You cannot educate them. You cannot change their mind. They are on there to do whatever it is that they're doing. Now, haters. The haters, as I'm using haters, are generally somebody that you know. They might have been a client. They might have even been a friend. They might have been somebody that has followed you for some time. Maybe they never were a client. Maybe they weren't a friend, but they followed you for a while. A hater, it's kind of like a stalker. They might actually even seem like a charming and pleasant person to other people. But for whatever reason, they've decided they don't like you specifically. Like, trolls will target an entire category of people. You have your dude bro trolls that hate women. You have the whole Gamergate thing. That was all trolls. They weren't hating, while they did target women, it wasn't that they hated a specific woman, it was that they hated all women. And they didn't want women coming into their gamer space, blah, 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 blah. Even though dude bros, bitches, come at me, I can whoop your ass at any game. So trolls sort of have this general category of hate that they will attack and go after. The hater hates you. The hater is targeted specifically at you. So first you need to, whether this is a hater or this is a dissatisfied customer. If it's because, or a dissatisfied friend, if this is because, if they hate you because you genuinely fucked up, then apologize, make amends, and if they still want to hate on you, block and delete. Okay, so if you really genuinely fucked up, apologize, make amends. If they still want to hate on you, block and delete. Because at that point, after you've apologized and you've made amends, if they're still being immature twats, you don't need to spend any more energy on them. But that's only if you genuinely fucked up. And for the most part, if you genuinely fucked up and you apologize and you make amends for it, most people can come back around. They might not ever be a client again, but they'll let it go at that. Then you get the case of you never actually did something wrong. They might have perceived that you did something wrong, but you didn't actually do something wrong, and they're still hating on you for whatever reason. There are so many reasons that you could have somebody who has decided they hate you, and specifically you. Usually it's because they see something in you that they don't believe they can have themselves. So if you're a psychic and you haters hating on you about being psychic, there might be some jealousy there that you're psychic and they're not. Or that they think they're not, because everybody's psychic even if they don't know it. Haters are the hardest to deal with because the haters' attack gets personal. Like a troll, they're going to come at you and they're going to say something like, hey, you're a fat bitch. Okay, yeah, I'm fat and I'm a bitch. Let's go fuck yourself. Whatever. They're going to come at you with something very general, very broad. Anybody can see it. That's what the troll is going to come at you with. Your hater is going to come at you with something personal. If they're not somebody that you've met in person, because you can get haters that you've never even met or even had a conversation with, but for whatever reason, they focus in on you. If they're a hater, they're going to find as much about you as they can. If they were a friend or a client, they might already know about you. They're going to figure out what pushes your buttons. They're going to figure out what really tweaks you, and they're going to throw that at you. Okay? We got to see this happen to a hater with me. She had been gradually challenging me in the group for about a week, and I'd kind of seen it. I knew it was happening. I knew it was there, but I thought maybe she'd get over herself, and then she didn't. That was a specific case of a hater. She might be a genuinely wonderful and pleasant person to everybody else, but for whatever reason, she decided that she had this grudge against me. And it escalated and it became that. So the hater has something specifically against you. You may not even actually have done anything. It's probably something that's in their head. Because like I said, if you really did genuinely fuck up and you say to them, I'm sorry, I did not mean to do this. How can I make this up to you? And you make it up to them and they still keep being bitchy, that's their issue, not yours. Haters are the hardest to deal with because it's personal. because it does get personal, because they do go personal, because they do go for the jugular, they do go through those for those buttons, they do go through for those triggers. So what do? What do we do? How do we handle haters? How do we prevent haters? Well, first of all, you cannot prevent haters. All you can do is decide, this is how I'm going to deal with haters. Okay? The first thing when I get a hater is I stop. I step back. I look back. I say, did I really do this horrible thing that this person says that I did? I ask myself, did I really do this horrible thing that this person says that I did? If the answer is yes, I ask, okay, is this horrible thing that this person says that I did really horrible? Or are they turning it into something offensive? Like, I had I'm not even going to call him a hater, I'm going to call him a troll. He, in another group, a few months back, somebody had posted my Get Fucked article about sex magic. And everybody loved it until all of a sudden this guy gets on there and he's like, blah, 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 and I'm a man. If I'd said that, everybody would hate me. But because she's a woman, she could say that, and blah, blah, blah. And then he even started looking into my past posts and started pulling out stuff. And I had to pause and I had to think. And I'm like, okay, so was this really, like he said, sexist and degrading to women? Like he told me and commented that my article on sex magic was sexist and it was degrading to women. Okay? No, I really don't believe that it was sexist or degrading to women. Okay, so that was his perceived issue, not mine. Then we step back and say, how do we want to deal with this? So you really need to stop back and realize it's probably not about you. Just because they say they are offended doesn't mean you have to take back what you said. If you're clear about your values, if you're clear about your convictions, if you're clear about who you are, you don't have to take back something that you said if you don't want to. If you're not, I mean, granted, if you're attacking someone specifically, I would probably say you might want to take that back because that's kind of douchey. If you're saying something racially or sexually offensive, okay, you can say what you want, but you earned the hate. But if all you're saying is something that might be a little bit controversial to people, or that really conservative, uptight, stick in their ass kind of people might not like, remind yourself, I'm not for them. Delete and block. Don't delete your stuff, delete them, block them, bye-bye, gonzo. Okay? You don't need them. Do not feel like by alienating a troll, you're going to lose all your clients. Because I'm going to tell you some things that I have learned about the internet and dealing with haters and all of this stuff is, first of all, Facebook moves really fucking fast. The hater shit's going to blow up and it's going to be forgotten within a month or faster. You might be embarrassed, you might be shocked, but they're going to fade. Okay? I'm not going to tell you that you can stop yourself from getting your feelings hurt. Because I'm going to tell you, when I get a hater, when I get somebody that comments something nasty, it hurts my feelings. It does. It hurts my feelings. Like, man, that sucks. But then I work to clear it and I get over it. Why did that hurt my feelings? Okay. Is it because of societal expectations, or is it because maybe what they said is a little bit true and I don't like it? Or is it because they are a douchey troll and they wanted to hurt me? This is something I think that people underestimate. So here we're going to go on a little bit of a rant. You get this attitude that, how do I want to say this? Doesn't matter what I say. If you get your feelings hurt, that's your fault. That's your problem. I could say anything that I want to say, but if you get your feelings hurt, that's not my fault. That's all you. That's all you. No, sorry. I hurt your feelings. No, that's all you. You chose to have your feelings hurt. I call bullshit on this. I call bullshit on this. And here's why I call bullshit on this. And it comes directly from my experience of being able to feel and analyze the energy of words. Whether it's spoken words or it's written words, I can feel the energy of the person behind that words. I can feel the energy of the intention behind those words. So when somebody says something to me nasty and snide, I can feel if they're just saying something nasty and snide because they're in a bad mood and I maybe irritated them, or they're just in general in a bad mood, and it's not necessarily that they want to hurt me, it's just that they're cranky and they're bitchy and maybe they're PMSing. Like, that has a whole different feel to it than somebody who is intentionally being a thunder cunt and saying something nasty with the express purpose of stirring shit up or causing pain. Now, if somebody said something that was accidentally offensive, you should never apologize for accidentally offending someone. Like, oh, I offended a dude who doesn't think that that sexual energy should be used for magic. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, go fuck yourself. Whatever. What I do, my beliefs about sex magic do not affect Dude Bro's sex life in the least. So if he gets pissed off about that, that's his problem. Now, if I had gone to him and said, you are a horrible, horrible person, and you are using your sexual energy incorrectly, that would be my bad, because I was coming at him. Okay. Let me know in the chat if I'm being too rambly or if I'm making sense or whatnot. I had some really crazy allergy meds yesterday, and it cleared my sinuses, but boy, did I feel foggy all day. All right, so back to work. So, all right, where was I? Okay, feeling the energy. I can feel if somebody is just generally cranky, it's just generally irritable, is maybe having a bad day, is maybe having an off day, versus someone who is specifically trying to cause pain. And that's where I get the whole, I get irritated with the, well, if I upset you, that was your own perception. Sometimes, yes, that is. Sometimes that is. My feelings got hurt. They did not mean for my feelings to get hurt. So therefore, I should probably analyze why my feelings got hurt. If they had no intention to hurt my feelings, if what they said was just maybe some casual offhand remark, maybe they thought they were funny, I can ask them to apologize, but to get pissy about it would be stupid. But haters want to hurt you. They want to cause you pain. Whether it's because of something that they perceived that you did or didn't do to them. I'll type a comment in the chat real quick. Okay. Crap, I just totally lost my thought. Okay, so yeah, haters want to cause you pain. They want to hurt you. You might have done something that they perceived to piss you off. I've been reading a lot of articles on haters and how people deal with haters since I decided to do this. And I've kind of chuckled and been puzzled at the kind of stuff that pisses people off. Like stuff that they shouldn't be pissed off about. Like, what the fuck, dude? Seriously? You have no life. Really? What offended my particular hater, apparently, I have not actually heard from her, and when she not only did not apologize, like I didn't even need an apology when I was triggered. When I got triggered, so let's be honest, I'm gonna come out because this is actually that whole incident, and I'm not gonna name a name, but that whole incident is what made me decide to do this webinar. So she'd been escalating for about a week. Then she throws out this post that was asking me why, if I'm so miserable, I haven't left the situation that I'm in. And it triggered me in a couple of different areas, and it triggered me in a couple of different ways. But I wasn't even going to try to blame her. I just deleted the post. I put up a post that said, I have been triggered. I have deleted the post. I am going offline for a while. I didn't even ask for her apology. If she had never even apologized to me, I wouldn't have even cared. I was triggered. I was not going to assume that she had malicious intention, even though I kind of felt really strongly that she did have malicious intention. But that was just not how I was going to react. I was just, nope. We're going to delete that post. We're going to get that out of there because looking at it started to cause anxiety and panic attacks. So I had to get it deleted. And so if she never ever apologized to me, fine. I don't ask for an apology if somebody's hurt my feelings. I deal with it, okay? If they're the kind of person that hurts my feelings over and over and over again, maybe I don't want them in my life. But my feelings are my issue, so I will deal with my feelings, and I won't ask somebody to apologize necessarily for hurting my feelings. I might tell them, you really hurt my feelings there, and ask to have a discussion about that, at which point I would hope that they would open up and they would say, you know, I didn't really mean to hurt your feelings. This is what I meant. We could have a dialogue. So there I do. I put this post up. I'm like, I got triggered. I need to deal with this. I am going to go offline for the night. And if it had been left at that, she would probably still be in the group. Because I don't need an apology from a hater who hurt my feelings. Like, okay, whatever. You're not even that important in my life. Whatever. I will go deal with my feelings. I will figure out why my feelings were hurt. I will figure out what is going on here. I will figure out what I need to do about this. I will figure that out. But then she started to try to justify what she was doing and to glorify what she had done. At that point, sorry, fuck you, goodbye. And this is one way that you can tell you have a hater, or you have someone who genuinely was upset and maybe had an irrational kind of crazy moment, but can recover. Okay? Because the hater is going to keep going. A hater is going to keep digging in. And they might not at first appear to be very hateful. This is what makes haters so painful. Because I have had a hater that I supported financially for 6 months before I found out that she was a hater. And I only found out she was a hater because I told her I could not keep financially supporting her and she was going to have to start paying her own rent. And that's when the hater from last year totally wrecked me. Haters will make up a reason to hate you. As long as you're giving them what they want, they might be your biggest fan. If you are showering them with praise or attention, they will love and praise and adore you and shout you to the rooftops. But the minute you withdraw, whether it's intentional or unintentional, or life gets in the way, or shit happens, or you just can't keep doing whatever it is that you did for them, the minute you stop, that's when they become your hater. And it hurts because there's a lot of feeling of betrayal there. Of you got an awful lot from me and you turned on me like this. Why? I now have the attitude, and this is because I've been through this so many times, I now have the attitude of, oh, okay, you're a hater. Bye. Just bye. I don't even have time for you anymore. Just bye. Thank you for bringing to light some things that I really needed to explore, but you're still a douche cunt. So, bye-bye. Can't say it's easy. You're going to have haters. The more visible you're going to get online, the more visible you're going to get in your business, you're going to have haters. So I want you to have a plan of attack. And here's what your plan of attack needs to be. This is going to, first of all, it's going to help you to minimize haters. Because if you don't give them a reason to hate you. Now, some haters don't need a reason, but we're talking right now about creating a plan so that people don't have a reason to become a hater. Because guess what? The scam artist that we had in the groups last month has a lot of haters, and she's legitimately earned those haters. So you don't want to earn some haters. So we're going to find ways. How do we avoid earning haters? Clearly work on your boundaries. What are your boundaries? What are you willing to say yes to? What are you willing to say no to? Don't give leeway. If you promise more than you're really genuinely capable or desiring to give, you're going to end up falling short no matter how hard you try. You're going to run out of energy. So don't overpromise. Okay? So under-promise, over-deliver. Under-promise, over-deliver. That's one way to prevent haters. Because guess what? If you continually under-deliver, if you continually fuck up, you're going to earn some haters. And at that point, I'm going to say you earned some haters. Be really clear on your refund policy. Really, really clear on your refund policy. Do you give refunds? Yes or no? Yes, you give refunds. What instances do you give refunds? This is going to protect you not just from haters. This is going to protect you legally, too. This is going to protect you in the case somebody comes back and does a chargeback on you. You can say, I had a no refund policy. This is what I delivered. This is when it was delivered. Keep records. Keep your emails. Keep everything. Get a good CRM. Keep all of that stuff on point and on track. Okay? So that's going to do is that's going to keep you from pissing customers off. Because pissed off customers can become haters. If you keep pissing off enough customers, you're going to have more haters. So don't piss off customers. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay? So once you've got all that covered, then you need to do, and this is the really hard part, then you need to do an evaluation of everybody in your life and see who has the potential to become a hater and decide if you're going to cut them out. Because if you see somebody who is a user, users become haters. You can either cut them out. That's what I recommend, cut them out, but that's not always easy. Or gradually start to wean them off of you. Because if they're a user, eventually, they're going to sap all your energy. You're going to have to cut them off. And that's when they become a hater. Okay? So, how does this work online? Like, that's easy to evaluate the people in your life who are users. But how does this work online? This works by being very careful who you allow into your community, being very careful who you allow into your tribe, and keeping an eye on how people behave. It can be kind of exhausting. But the bigger you get, hire people to help. Know who you want in your tribe, know who you want in your life, know who you want to work with, know who you want coming to your business. Have that. Know how are you going to handle it when somebody writes a comment that is directly attacking you. It's going to happen. I'm not going to say that this is never, ever, 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 ever going to happen to you. All you have to do is think happy, positive thoughts and believe that everybody loves you and that that's the way it's going to be. Because we all know that's bullshit. Think all the happy fucking thoughts you want. There's some crazy bitches out there. Okay? So, know how you're going to handle it in the comments. Delete and block, delete and block, delete and block is my big recommendation. Do not engage the haters. Do not feed the trolls. Delete and block, delete and block, delete and block. Now, you can make, and here's what I have done, you can make how you deal with haters and trolls part of your branding. This can be fun for business if you have an edgier kind of brand. Like, I can't imagine some of the nicer, sappier, sweeter, love and light kind of brands doing something like this. But everybody knows I'm like the sweariest fucking person in the goddamn motherfucking cocksucking thundercutting blonde world. I love to swear. I love to swear a lot. Swearing is a lot of fun. People also know that I am not love and light. Like, I've never even pretended to be love and light. No, sorry, sweetie. I am happy to hex somebody if I feel like they need to be hexed. I have thrown out full-on curses on people, and trust me, if I start breaking out the poppets, dudes had better be fucking running. So I've made this, and I've decided, especially since I've had a couple of haters pop up a lot, that this is going to be part of my branding, is how I deal with haters and trolls. It's okay. So, you want to send me penis pictures, creepers? All right. We're taking screenshots of that shit. I'm sending it to your wife, and I'm sending it to your mom so that they know what kind of man that they're dealing with in their life. And then I'm throwing you onto my Lilith board in Pinterest, and she's going to make your life unpleasant until you learn your lesson. And whenever I throw a curse, whenever I throw a hex, there's always an escape clause. I always put an escape clause for the person in there. All right, you have done this. You are going to be miserably unpleasant. Your life is going to be a living hell until you learn your lesson. Maybe they learn their lesson quick and it releases and they're fine. Maybe they never learn their lesson and then they die. They are the ones that get to decide whether they learn the lesson or not. Totally up to them. Okay, so that's on brand for me though. People would totally not be, they're totally not surprised at all when I do shit like that. Like, oh, that's just Glenn. That's just Glenn. I am very, especially in writing, I'm babbly when I talk, when I'm speaking. I'm working on that, I'm practicing. But I'm very eloquent when I write. Like, I've often been told by people that I'm the most eloquent, sweary person they've ever met. They love how I blend $1,000 words with fuck all the time. So I love to formulate takedowns of trolls and haters. Now, trolls more than haters. Trolls, it's a lot more fun to do the hate takedowns. Haters becomes a lot more emotional. So I love to do the takedowns of the trolls. That's how I handle it and stay on branding. And it's really important to think about this for your business. How do you, as your brand, whatever your brand is, handle trolls? When somebody comes on, if you're in the spiritual realm, let's say some far right-wing teabagger Christian comes on to your post and says, all witches are going to hell. How are you going to respond to that? That's a troll. How are you going to respond to that? The best way to know how to deal with trolls is by knowing yourself, by knowing your views, knowing your beliefs, and being able to back up whatever you say. Okay? So, once you're able to do that, you'll be able to respond to the trolls. Haters. Here's how I deal with haters. I acknowledge whatever shit they slung at me, because haters will tend to throw personal slit. They will sling shit, and it's personal shit. So this is how I decided after my throwdown with my hater last year. She ended up having to move to a different state. Not kidding. She moved to a different state. Don't fuck with me. After my deal with my hater last year, what I decided, the way that I am dealing with haters is to, whatever shit they sling at me, I acknowledge and I give my side. Yep, I fucked up. Nope, I didn't fuck up. This is how it happened. Whatever it is. If I fucked up, sure did. And this is what I've done or will do to make amends. Or, nope, this one was all in their head. They were ridiculously jealous for whatever fucking reason, because trust me, you don't want to be jealous of my life. But they were jealous. Whatever. It was their issue. That was their problem. This is what I am exploring as a result of that. But they are now out of my life. They don't get to stay in my space. Period. Once you have hated on me, you don't get to stay in my space. I'm not going to hate on you. I'm not going to throw curse at you. I'm not going to hex you. Might do some magic to make you go away. But I will even throw in some sprinkles of stardust to make your life better, as long as you're away from me. Because I don't necessarily think the haters are bad people. Like trolls and creepers, I think they're bad people. Like seriously, trolls and creepers. If you have nothing better to do but troll and creep on people, get a life. Just get a fucking life. But haters hate you because you triggered something in them. If you purposely triggered something on them, that's bad on you. If you purposely scammed them and that's why they're hating you, that's bad on you. If you fucked up, because fuck-ups aren't necessarily intentional. If you fucked up and got embarrassed and hid from them, that's bad on you. They have reason to hate you. But if you fuck up and you apologize or you refund and you do something to make amends and they're still hating you, that's bad on them. That's their issue. If what they are calling is a fuck up or a sin or this horrible thing or this thing that you shouldn't be, that's their issue. That's bad on them. Okay? But I have no space for hate in my life. I have no space for haters in my life, online or offline. So as far as my branding and business goes, if I get publicly called out, I'm going to respond. I might wait a day to respond because I might need to deal with some emotional fallout shit myself. But I'm going to respond. And then they're gone. Period. They're gone. Because I'm not explaining for them. I'm not responding for them. I don't give a fuck if they know the real story. I don't give a fuck if they know the truth. I'm explaining for my tribe. And I'm explaining so that nobody else can use that same shit against me. Because once a hater has slung shit on you, they're showing you an area that you can shine. They're showing you an area that you can say, you know what? That was pretty shitty. And here's why it was pretty shitty. And here's how I've dealt with that shittiness. So let's make better. With branding, when it comes to haters and trolls, it's a lot about what we call reputation management. Like, that's the buzzword. Reputation management. This is a big deal. This is what PR people are for. This is what you have the image consultant for? What's your reputation? What are you known as? That's what branding really is reputation management. So when you have a hater that comes up, there's all sorts of crazy emotions that come up. And that's why I wanted to do this webinar, so that I could get you thinking about this ahead of time. Because if you're thinking about it ahead of time, it makes it much easier to deal with the emotions. I'm not saying it means you're not going to get the emotions. I'm not saying it means you're not going to get triggered. But when you think about it ahead of time, when you realize, okay, hater's going to hate, but I'm just going to keep rolling, it makes it a little bit easier to deal with. It makes it quicker to deal with. I hope you never have to deal with it. I wish I could say that it's getting better, but haters gonna hate. Haters have always been around. I'm gonna be posting in the group some links to some of the articles that I found, like way back, ways to deal with haters. Benjamin Franklin and Kierkegaard writing about haters that long ago, kind of stuff. So haters, they're not going to go away. You are going to get your feelings hurt. You just have to decide, all right, I'm going to respond or I'm not going to respond. Stay consistent with what you decide you're going to do. I am not going to engage haters in public, okay? Do not engage haters in public ever. Delete, 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 delete. If you own the group on Facebook, that means you can delete any post in there. If it's on your new profile, you can delete anything on your profile. You can block people from seeing you, so you don't have to see them either. Delete and block, delete and block, delete and block. If that's what you, if that is the image that you want, because when we're talking about branding, and this is personal branding just as much as it is business branding, this is your identity. Who are you? Do you not engage? And that's a perfectly valid stance to have of non-engagement. That delete and block, delete and block, delete and block. If haters want to come personally and say something and resolve, that's fine, but we're not going to be doing this publicly. Okay? It's a very good stance to have, because public drama can get ugly really quick. And if you can't handle public drama, it's better to just say, I'm not going to engage. I'm going to delete and block. Let people know, if you have an issue with me, please come to me privately. These discussions are not allowed publicly. And if somebody tries to give you shit because you don't want to engage publicly, fuck them. You are not obligated to meet them in the public realm if you don't want to. Fuck them. If they have a personal issue with you, then it needs to be dealt with personally. And if they continue to insist on dealing with it publicly, in spite of your efforts to deal with it personally, delete and block, delete and block, delete and block. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Delete and block. Because here's the thing. If they don't want to come to you personally, then as personal as they have made this, it's not really about you. Like, I had shit go down at the beginning of 2015. The person who caused the shit was my roommate and lived right across the hall from me. Made all sorts of crazy accusations on Facebook through her friends, but never once came across the hall to talk to me. I knocked on her door a couple times. She ignored me. I slipped a note under her door. She ignored me. If I went downstairs, she immediately came back upstairs. She completely avoided me. And I wish I had realized then, but it took going through that experience to learn that as much as she was trying to trash me, as much as she was trying to rip my reputation down, it was not about me. Because if it was about me, if it was really about me, She lived right across the fucking hall. We could have resolved that shit. It wasn't about me. It was about her. And it was about her issues. It was about her jealousy. It was about her problems. So I had to learn that lesson the hard way. And then she had to move out of state. So if you don't want to take a hater on publicly, don't take the hater on publicly. Like, in fact, unless you are really, really good at written communication or spoken communication, like really, really good, don't try to take on haters or trolls. Delete and block, delete and block, delete and block, delete and block. Here's why. They're going to attack everything about you that they can. Once they've decided that you're a target, either because they personally, for whatever reason, don't like you and want to take you down, or because they have this general broad category of people that they want to hate, and anybody that matches that description they want to take down. Whatever it is, they're going to use everything they possibly can against you, which means they're going to go grammar Nazi on you. And every typo, they're going to slam you for. And they're going to bitch about everything and everything and everything. So unless you're prepared to engage in that, delete and block, delete and block, delete and block, delete and block. I can verbally spar with the best of them. I can make fucking bodybuilders cry. Because I can be so mean if I want to. And I have the verbal skills to be able to take people down if I want to. But I've also learned it's not worth the energy. Yeah, it can be fun to banter back and forth with a hater for a minute. But for the most part, it's just not worth it. If someone's going to continue to come at me, then I'm going to call them out. But for the most part, delete and block, delete and block, delete and block. All right. My voice is getting ready to give. And actually, my family's getting ready to have a big old bonfire, our first bonfire of the season. So this is it for our haters and trolls and creepers webinar. Let me know if you have any questions. We can start a discussion about this in the group. We can figure out how you guys all want to heal and heal. Yeah, because we do need to heal after haters. But just know you're not alone. If you've got somebody who is just giving you trouble, know that you're not alone. All right, that's it. Everybody have a great night.